Hello, good morning and welcome. This is George from Ireland reporting on election day 2017 from Westminster in the United Kingdom. You can see the Sovereign Tower behind me, which is the tallest tower in the Palace of Westminster, Parliament that is. So I've come here with much of the international media corps, as you can see, in the media village, to report on polling day. Polls opened a couple of hours ago, and by all accounts the Conservatives are going to win. It's just a question of by how much. They've got the majority of around 20 seats right now. Remember, Labour lost 4 members of Parliament this parliamentary cycle because they lost a few by-elections. Gerald Kaufman died shortly before this general election, therefore a by-election has not been held in his constituency. It's vacant for the moment. Anyway, so the Conservatives are going to go up, but the question of by how many seats, by 10 seats, by 50 seats, not many people are predicting more than that. The latest opinion poll shows the Conservatives 7 points ahead. Bear in mind, these polls tend to underrate the Conservative and Unionist Party. Notice it's a very grey day. Now, this meteorological factor is in fact important. Conservatives tend to have a higher motivation to vote, and that's going to help them. Another thing is, Labour's come back up in the polls. In the early days of the election, the Conservative Party was most anxious about apathy. They thought it seemed they're going to win by so much, a lot of their supporters wouldn't bother to vote. But as Corbyn's Labour Party has got better ratings recently, the possibility of Labour winning is seen to be significant, and that'll actually help the Tories because it'll motivate some of those with the Tory voting intention to actually vote who might not have bothered otherwise. The Liberal Democrats are only going to go up slightly. So what are going to be the repercussions of this election? Well, Jeremy Corbyn by rights should go. These days you tend to get one go at it. If you lead one of the two major parties, you either win the election or that's it. Liberal Democrats is different, they don't actually expect to win. Tim Farron will probably hang on as leader, at least for a year or two. Possibly Dr. Cable take over as their leader after that. He might be a bit old. Maybe Nick Clegg come back in, maybe even Sarah Olney. And the thing is, many of the trots in the Labour Party so adore Jeremy Corbyn that they might re-elect him. But if not, it could be David Lammy, could be Chuku Umuna, could be Miss Eagle. These will be the other leadership contenders. Diane Abbott will almost certainly be dropped from the Labour front team. She single-handedly fouled up Labour's chances more than anybody else. Perhaps Boris Johnson will drop from the Conservative front bench. He's had a fairly low profile this election. He's one of the big beasts. The Conservatives thought that barring any calamity, they were going to win. If anyone was going to say something foolish, it was Bojo, which is why Boris Johnson was kept, off the media as much as possible. UKIP, well, lose their 1 seat, and it'll probably just simply speed their demise. The SNP largely hang on where they are at the moment, so needs to be no election for another 5 years. I suspect Theresa May will continue as Prime Minister for about 5 years and step down. I suspect she won't lead the party into another Westminster general election. So that's all for election day 2017.